This panel is going to share with us publication ideas that may emerge from this Reknox experience, but also publication as a general idea or concept as well. So I will leave it to them. We will hopefully speak and finish by about 11 o'clock. Catch up with time maybe. No, it will be 11:20.
Welcome everyone. I don't need to introduce myself. You've seen enough of me this week. So I'm just going to go straight in. I've emailed you several times about this, that Reknox has now got 2 contracts with 2 well-known and very good publishers. The first one is Emerald. It is a journal, academic journal, and their special issue will be in Artificial Intelligence in Education. It's an open access.
You can go with
that one?
Yeah.
The other article? Here?
Yeah. Better.
That better?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Emerald is very keen on having a special issue only for Reknox, where Reknox attendees, presenters can develop their abstract into a full academic paper. And they are very supportive, and of course it will go through us first. We will make sure the paper is of good quality, we'll read it with you, we will give you lots of feedback, constructive feedback to improve your paper, and then Emerald will have a look at it, and they will also, before even submitting it, the editor will have a look at it. They will have some team special set aside just to have a look at your paper as well before you submit. Now, of course, with any journal, submission is never guaranteed. It always depends on the reviewers. It will be like any other journal, like any other special issue, will be reviewed. But you have all the full support in getting there, and hopefully better chance to produce something of good quality that has a higher chance of getting accepted. If it doesn't fit in the AI in education, they have several well-established, well-known, established other journals with other titles, and they are also happy to look at things outside of AE after we have really refined it. We will send it to them, and then one of the contacts I have there, they will look where will this fit in, give us feedback. Okay, if you change this, then or add this, it will really fit in here. So the Emerald has been really, really supportive. It's been an ongoing project with Emerald that I've been communicating with them, and I'm really pleased that they have taken this on. Bloomsbury have also agreed on a book proposal specifically only for Reknox. This book will be open access and also will be free of charge for authors, which is also Bloomsbury normally charges for some of their series. And but only, again, very limited to only Reknox. Now, obviously, you can't call the book Reknox because it's not a conference proceedings. So I'll discuss that later as well. The new website will be launched. Reknox website will be launched sometime this week or early next week. And on there, you will see now we have a new section for Reknox blogs. We've had our first submission already, and that will be published very soon. And I invite everyone. But it doesn't matter if you are in the master students or you're a first PhD, whether you're a professor, we really welcome your blogs, and we'll have a proposal form. You put in the title, how many words you want to submit. We'll have some guidance in terms of what the format will be like, but again, it's going to be very open to diverse formats and diverse. And again, we welcome Arabic, we welcome French. It will be hopefully we will have the capacity to translate everything in all languages, but that really depends on who comes on board on the Reknox blogs committee. Then we also have the Reknox podcasts, which is in the making, and that's again in all languages, and that's also something I'll talk about today. But hopefully what the outcome today is that you understand what publishing really is about. The value of publishing. So obviously publishing can have different reasons why you publish. Could be because of the academic career. It could be because you feel an amana, a trust. It could be for various reasons. So once you have a kind of idea what you want to contribute and why, what's the value in that publication, then you find your niche as well, you find where you want to publish. Also, you may understand today a little bit more about the process of different publications, what opportunities are available, and also the support that Reknox will provide, inshallah. Emerald. So the special issue is called, that's specifically only for Reknox. So I'm not going to open the call outside of Reknox. I really want to be only for those who have attended Reknox conference. So the special is called AI in Education in the Global South, Transcending Borders and Fostering Global Learning. And the reason why I chose this title is because I looked at all the abstracts and I read the ones that were specifically related to AI, and I thought that was an overarching kind of topic that represents all of these. So I'm really hoping that all of them that have presented in AI will come forward for this opportunity. What's the aim of this special issue? To highlight the challenges and opportunities of AI in non-Western educational context. We've heard this week several comments and questions and presentations about the biasness in AI, so that's why it's really important to explain the context. It will explore, examine and highlight how AI is implemented in the Global South context, specifically this region here, and how the cultural, social and geographical challenges are used in addressing these issues. The guest editors will be myself and Nashwa Ismail. So we will support you, and there'll be other people that will have volunteer for this to get there in the end. So the call for paper. So you obviously have already submitted your abstracts. So I did email to ask you to start developing your paper. So hopefully you have been able to do that. Considering it's Ramadan, I know that our brains will be tired. So we were supposed to, Emerald wanted it really like about a month after Reknox, but I've extended a little bit further to allow for Tarawih, Tahajjud, Eid. So hopefully 14th of April is a good date for everyone. But throughout this process there will be support available. But we do ask you, please do first work on your paper before you ask us for help. Get your ideas out on paper. Read it, reread it, ask a colleague to read it, and then ask us for help, so that we are faster in that process. And also, again, Emerald will support us after that as well. There are no fees again for this, it's free of charge. Emerald is not charging any authors either, and it's open access as well. And this is limited to just Reknox for now. So I hope you take advantage of that. Bloomsbury. Bloomsbury is a different format. Bloomsbury is a book, edited book. So we're looking at about 8 to 12 chapters. Each chapter about 8,000 words. And the aim is to document and disseminate research presented only here at Reknox in an edited volume with Bloomsbury, offering a broader audience access to the colonial, educational perspective in a format that extends beyond traditional academic publishing. So it doesn't have to focus much on methodology. It focuses more on the outcomes, the findings, and the context, which is a bit different than an article in a journal. Again, Bloomsbury is not charging for this, and again, it is open access. And the only reason why I could get this is because of Reknox is in the Global South, and I spoke to someone high up, and we were able to negotiate, and that's why we got this deal. So again, doesn't matter what your context is. We will try to have chapters so that we can theme things together, so that everyone has an opportunity to go through this. And again, please, again, supported by Reknox. So we will again look at the book chapters. We will have obviously, if you're interested, we'll send you the format, we'll send you the author guidelines, all of that will be available to you soon. And editors is me and also in progress, and we've had, because of organising this took so much time, I didn't actually get time to talk to my team about who's going to be on board, when, and the timelines, but I'm pretty sure that yeah, we'll have people on board, inshallah, who can help and who may want to be editors on this book as well. Then we have the blogs and podcasts. Now blogs are maybe about 800 words, approximately, so it is short. It is still academic, so you still use references, you still need to support your arguments. It's not an opinion. If it's an opinion blog, it needs to be very clearly stated, this is an opinion blog. But if it's about your research, it needs to be, again, well referenced, but not to the same extent as you would in a journal article. So there's a little bit of difference there. Again, we'll give you examples, and you will see also from one of our example blogs, and I'm sure that from this experience, I have already a few people said, I want to write about this experience being here in Morocco, so we'll have a few examples that we can share. But the reasons for this is, for the podcast and for the blogs, is to diversify dissemination. Dissemination, we're talking to ourselves as academics, and we need to be able to open this up and be able to talk to people who really need our knowledge and give them the tools and the knowledge and our ideas how they can implement this. So it's a way of knowledge exchange, but it's also a way for when we are writing our papers, it's very structured in a very specific format. You're thinking in a very structured way. Whereas in the blogs and the podcast, you can let go of that little bit and also show yourself a little bit in that process of dissemination. And also really speak about practitioners and policymakers in their language so that they understand what we're talking about without the what's the word? Without the I lost the word now. The words that people don't understand. Jargon, that's the one. Without the jargon of academia. Thank you. And also, it also shortens the dissemination process. So, journal articles, I submitted an article now maybe 16 months ago. It's still in the review process. So it can take really, sometimes I've had one colleague who had 3 years before his article was published. So these ways can have like short, we say in Dutch, short and powerful. It's a phrase we use. So it's 30 minutes maximum podcast, normally 20-25 minutes, and you share what's relevant to the people who are listening to you, basically. That's it from me. I would like to hand over the questions, comments. If you want to add anything, Nashwa and Denise are very experienced in publications, so I'd like to share it over to you to maybe add some comments, and open the floor to questions and answers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fadoua, for the introduction and for these very exciting opportunities. With regards to questions about the whole publication process of papers in academic journals, I advise you to not ask the questions during this panel. We can speak about other things, because I have prepared a workshop this afternoon where I will take those interested through the whole process of thinking of ideas for papers, choosing the right journals, structuring the abstract, the paper, etc., submitting, going through the whole reviewing process, responding to review, editing, etc. The whole final thing when your paper gets published and what to do next. Okay, so I suggest you keep your questions about that for the afternoon. Now, both the special issue journal and the book.
And some people don't. Normally what happens is you apply for bursary in how it works with that. Everyone pays. people who have special situations, they apply for bursaries. I opened the call for bursaries. We have given 400% bursaries, but also there was a list that I was given. These people must attend free of charge. And we did what we could in terms of making it accessible. And in terms of transparency, you know, ask me any question, I'll answer it very honestly. I'm an open book, maybe even too open book sometimes. And the delegates' fees cover the cost for the resources that we use here for Reknox. It can be anything from, it may sound very silly, but even a badge or printing a certificate. It's not fair that someone who has not contributed, who hasn't engaged with us, didn't submit an abstract, was not engaged with us online. Many of you did continue the emails and responding to emails, and someone who just walks in here and says, I want a certificate. That's not fair. So
it is fair in our context because they have come and they have listened to us, otherwise they won't have.
maybe the director of Stanley Smith maybe can
Let's start our
I'm just going to add something quickly. There is Stanley Smith offered in Cairo bursary for a student who cannot afford to pay any fees for their paper or to do the conference, and majority of the students who applied for it, they took up to 90% off the fees. Some of them they have free entry to the conference. It is a business, yes, it is a business, but all the conferences outside or anywhere, they don't make money out of the delegates, they make out of the sponsor. So Reknox need to get bigger to have good sponsor, then the business can make money, but it's not from the delegates. So the fees, if the cost for everyone to be here, that it comes at a cost, and everyone has to contribute. But we have, I think you look in the website and you offer them, Amina, the bursary, but no one applied.
No, actually, we had 7 applications for a bursary. We given all of them the bursary, and I think 4 of them in the end could not attend because of the accommodation cost here in Morocco. They were traveling, and I think 3 of them have attended of this bursary.
Yeah, so in terms of Stanley Smith or attending the business, it is available for the people who cannot afford to pay. It was available, and people applied for it then, and they got it, but they didn't turn up. So that's all what I want to say from Stanley Smith.
You're desperate.
I'm desperate. I would like to say something, but I really want to stand up because I really want to show all my respect to the colleagues here, to the researchers here, because I attended a lot of parallel sessions and I know how brilliant you are, and I really appreciate you the way you share your knowledge, because I was impressed, to be honest, and I know the value of Reknox. But I think from my perspective, the topest value of Reknox is to exchange knowledge. And I got a culture shock yesterday for the evening party. And I think the culture here is brilliant. And I told a lot of people, I think Rania know me. Yesterday I told her I feel really close with Morocco, but I'm not part of literally a global north, and I also not literally a global south. I'm from China, and I come here to exchange my knowledge with all of you. So that's why I think if we show our respect to the regulation here, and I think as an exchange, we should at least, you may listen to us and show some respect to our regulation, and this is a game. And this is a game, and currently, the social system globally is working like this. And I think last time I was in Barra, British Education Association, the conference, and I learned something from 2 American, 2 US researchers, and they said, if you want to change the game, at least you need to participate in the game. So if we want to change the game, so first we need to follow the regulation. I know it's very hard, and I felt a lot because I'm from China, but at least first we participate in the game. And step by step, we could make a change. And I think maybe at this moment, Reknox can do a little bit limited. This is I think this is because the system but at least we are making effort.
Thank you, Nai. Yeah, thank you. About the game, playing the game, before I started Reknox, I did approach conferences to make space for people, I'm starting to use it again, from the global south, for my people, from me. They have refused to make that space. Okay, they've refused to, someone talked about quotas here before. They refused even to think about the idea of having a quota for it to make it accessible. So the whole point of us being here is to avoid people thinking they have to go there. Yeah? And my colleagues and me myself haven't been able to all of them, but come to listen to you. And when I approached one of you about maybe proposing a book chapter, I'm really serious about it. I'm not going to ask to be a co-author. I'm not your co-author. It's your book. And I'm only giving something that I was given. I can't change that. I can't change the situation that we're in. I know what capitalism has done. I know what globalization has done. I know what colonization has done. And I can't change that. All I can is talk to those who have power and force them to listen to you. I can be an intermediate. I'm split in half. I can be the intermediate. And that's why I have not been able to yet to agree for an Arabic or French language in publications. It still has to be in English, unfortunately. Even that itself was problematic. But I hope that at least it's a step. If the title has caused you offense, it was not meant at all to cause any offense.
I didn't mean it to cause offense. We want to be aware of this. As academicians, we want to be aware of this. We are not offending you, you are not offending us. We just want to build this common ground on which we can cooperate.
I'm not sure if you were the opening ceremony, but that's exactly what I tried to say.
Because I started this. I don't want to be misunderstood. Okay, my intentions are good. This is with goodwill. That's it.
We just needed to
it's the way we look at things.
And we know what we are. When Joy also said she was quite sad, and that she knows, we know our position here, and we are struggling with it itself.
Because positioning the other, that's what's problematic.
And in our department also, Elizabeth, our head of department, from Reknox already has ideas now. She's starting to think of how can we implement these values of Reknox inside our departments in an elite university. So keep the conversation going. I'm not at all offended. I'm really happy you spoke up, and I am still learning. We are in this journey. I said in my opening statement, it's a journey, and this is where I am right now, and this is part of me, and I'm part of it. And I can't let go of that. So thank you for your comment, absolutely. And thank you all for your contributions. And again, for transparency, if anyone wants to come, I'm more than happy to ask any questions. And thank you so much. I do hope you take the advantage of the opportunity that we are here for you. And it is what it is. I can't say it any other way. But we would love to collaborate with you and now and in the future as well, and continue this relationship. Thank you.